welcome to a special edition of Sports Select Sports Talk. I'm your host, Mitchell Clinton, and it may look like I'm wearing a Jets jersey, but actually, it's the Winnipeg Ringette League. We're here at the All-Star festivities at MTS Center, and they are complete. Like they're all the way through. Every player that's involved in the All-Star game part of it, not necessarily the skills challenge, because there's a lot of players involved in the skills challenge, as you'll see in a little bit, but all the players that are involved in the All-Star game part of it, they get jerseys like this. They get to take them home, and I wonder who they're modeled after. I'm blanking out, I don't really know. But another cool thing is right beside me, these towels. Look at this. I mean, again, I don't know where that's from or where that could come from, but awesome. They do things really well here, and actually the jersey on the back has my name on it. We'll see a little bit of that later on in the show. We're going to get things rolling here. We're at the opening kickoff part of the show. Two events to keep an eye out for as the week goes on here. The Female Sports School Challenge is going to be going on at the Iceplex. Now, what's that all about? Well, 8 teams from all over Canada are going to take part in this tournament. It goes from Thursday until Sunday. Teams from Okanagan and Banff will do battle against 2 Winnipeg teams. St. Mary's Academy is the host, and the Shaftesbury Titans will also be involved as well. Once again, that tournament, February 21st to the 24th. Also, this Saturday, February 23rd, is the Polar Bear Dare. You might remember Jay Williams and I doing that wonderful leap into the lake out at Lac du Bonnet there, and freezing and freezing and freezing, or as they say, freezing for a reason, and that reason is Kidsport Manitoba. I'm looking forward to getting into that hot tub at the end of it all once again. Last year the temperature was -9 on that day. I can tell you when you don't have a shirt on it feels a lot colder, but apparently early reports in the forecast, -9 again for that day. We're going to go to break. Lots more to come here from MTS Center and the Winnipeg Ringette League All-Star festivities, and we'll be right back.
May I walk you across the street?
Sure. Why not? Thanks.
You're welcome.
Sports Talk continues from MTS Center. If you hear the music pumping or a microphone in the background, that's because the Winnipeg Ringette League All-Star festivities are going on. And I'm here with one of the winners from the skill competition, Taylor Joyelle, fastest skater.
Yeah.
What was it, 15, just over 15 seconds?
Yeah.
Nice. So did you feel the wind going through your hair while you were ripping around? Yeah. Have you always been a fast skater?
Yes.
Yes.
I played hockey before.
Oh, okay. So what made you switch over to Ringette?
I don't know. I just felt like it.
Felt like it? Really? Okay. No, that's. What kind of adjustment was there for you with the rule changes? I know it's a completely different game out there.
It was hard because I just got on the ice and my friends actually had to explain it to me.
Yeah. No, I played hockey for a number of years. My friends are still explaining things.
Yeah.
So I guess first off, I mean, Al Gourlook, one of the media guys here, tells us it's your birthday today. Not a bad way to spend your birthday.
Nope.
13 years old. What other plans you got going on for it?
Well, I'm going to the States for a weekend with my friends, and yeah.
Nice. Whereabouts?
In Grand Forks.
Grand Forks. Good place to go.
Yeah.
Taylor, it was great to meet you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. We're going to go to break, and we'll talk to more winners. We got lots more coming from the MTS Center. We'll be right back.
What makes us human?
I think it's our ability to be kind.
Being human?
It's about caring.
Being generous.
Showing compassion.
Some of the animals who provide our food spend most of their life in cages so small they can barely move.
Being human means treating others well,
no matter who they are.
Help encourage the food industry to find a better way. Visit humanefood.ca.
Sports Talk continues from MTS Center. Here we're at the Winnipeg Ringette League All-Star festivities, and I'm here with the winner of the hardest shot, Solange Roy. How'd I do?
You did well.
Did I well? Okay, because she's bilingual. I'm completely not. That's the thing. I took basic French in like grade 5, but that's about as far as I got. How often do you work on your shot?
like never.
Never?
Well, practices.
Yeah.
But that's all.
Just happened to step out there and just rip one in the middle of the net and it's all good?
I'm just really strong.
Nice. I would say let's have an arm wrestle here, but I would get embarrassed and you would completely dominate me. So how'd you get into ringette?
I just like sport. I like skating. I didn't really like hockey. So.
Okay. You say you're into sports. What other sports are you kind of into doing?
Basketball, volleyball, swimming.
Excellent. Love it. So what's it like out skating around on the MTS Center, same place where, you know, the Jets kind of skate around?
It was good.
Yeah? Nice. Awesome. That's Solange Waugh, the winner of the hardest shot. Here's another look at the skills competition still going on behind us. And this is your winning team right beside me. We had to get rid of the lav microphones. We had to go with the stick for this one. We're still at MTS Center. You can hear the music pumping behind me. They're doing a flood before the next couple of games. I'll start with Jillian, who's on my left. And Jillian, so I guess, how did you get into ringette to start off?
She started and then introduced me to it.
So she, on the other side of things, being, let's see if I can do this. So it's Jillian, Kaylee, Carly. Carrie, there, see, memory, not so good. So how did you get into ringette and then get Jillian involved too?
I started out with hockey, but then there wasn't any girls in it, so I decided to go to all-girls sport.
Nice, okay, so, and then now we'll move to the goaltender, the MVP of this kind of thing. Now in ringette, you got 5 seconds to release, correct, as a goaltender? Like when you freeze, 3? See, Al tells me 5. We're going to talk to Al Gourlook a little bit later on about his rule clarification here. But, so is that something that you work on frequently? Because, I mean, it could start a breakup for your team.
Yeah. Some practices, we practice throwing.
Okay, and I've asked the other two, how did you get involved in ringette?
Jill introduced to me, and it looks really fun.
Well, there you go. See, it's a total friend thing. It's just like it is with hockey. A lot of people, it's the same with ringette. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back on Sports Select Sports Talk.
Welcome to Cardio Salsa Dance Exercise. Hola, my name is Carmen Anastasia, and you are fat. That's right. So if you want to get into shape just by dancing, then I have a sexy salsa samba blasting cha-cha that you're gonna love. So if you want to burn them calories up caliente style, then you know what to do, gorritos.
Welcome back to Sports Select Sports Talk. We're here at MTS Center, Winnipeg Ringette League All-Star festivities, the 4th year going on right now, about halfway through, and in about 20 seconds or so-ish, you might hear a buzzer. That's because the game's going on behind us still. They got a lot of ringette going on here tonight, and Al Gourlook is one of the guys behind it all. Al, we're about halfway through, like I said. How's it going so far?
Oh, it's going great. We have well over 1,000 people today. The amount of people that have come and phoned and tried to help and volunteered. Boston Pizza gave a lot. It's just incredible. We started out the day with the tween skills contest. We had up to 75 girls on the ice. Yeah. Then we have now the Bell B contest between the Boston Bells and the Southern Bells, and that's at the B level. And coming up after this, we're going to have the A level game again with 2 teams from the Bell A level in the Winnipeg Ringette League. So a number of girls playing in both games.
And we were talking a little bit kind of off camera, kind of as the night has been going on here, and it's something like the skills that we mentioned is ever evolving. There was, you had a parent call you before one event that, you know, there's not really much going on for goaltenders, and then you guys were able to modify it.
A couple of years ago, yeah, we got a call from a parent, and he had asked, how come we're not having anything for goalies? And, I apologized, and I said, you know what, you're right. Goaltenders are the backbone of any sport. If you don't have goaltenders, you don't have a game.
True.
And ever since then, we had some type of skill for the Tween Skills Goaltender Challenge. And this year was the 2nd year that we had a goaltender challenge, and it was widely received and a lot of fun had by all.
And you mentioned there's that shot clock going on right there too. Another great part of Ringette. And you mentioned there's like 1,000 people here today at MTS Center. Is it something that you found kind of as the years have gone on that kind of attendance level's gone up?
Yeah, the first year we were just over 1,000. Then we went into the 1,100. A couple of minutes ago, we just broke 1,000 mark, nice. And we still have one more game to go. So, you know, it's every year it moves up, the acceptance, the knowledge of that this is what we're doing, and you know, everyone wants to be involved. Even the level of participation by the volunteer base has gone up every year.
And that's pretty much leads right into my next question. I mean, it's obviously you're one of the faces behind it, like I mentioned off the start, but there's people everywhere. You guys got radios going on. How many people do you have kind of helping you with all this?
This year we maxed out at 52 volunteers, wow. And we used them all. It was, you know, it's an incredible undertaking with a venue such as large as this. We need the two-way radios. We need to get in and around and get everything so it looks like a well-produced show, which we hope it is.
And it absolutely is, I must say. And I'm not just saying that because I got a nice little jersey on too. This is the exact jerseys that they're wearing out on the ice right now, and they're modeled after, well, the Winnipeg Jets. How'd that idea come?
Well, you know, we last year when we were ordering the jerseys, it was just when the Jets 2.0 evolved, and I tried to get the jerseys ordered with the Jet motif on them, and there's no way they could not. Royal Sports could not keep them on the shelf with their customers, so that wasn't going to happen. So we went to another type of jersey, and this year we said we're going to do the Winnipeg Jet motif for the background, the blanks. And put our Winnipeg Ringette League logo on top of it, and that was greatly received. I mean, the girls get, each of these 60 girls that play in these two games get to keep their jerseys. The jerseys are donated by Boston Pizza, and Royal Sports produce them, and that's a memento of tonight. And every year it's New Jersey, and this year is no different.
So how are the players selected for it? I mean, both at the skills competition level and at the All-Star game level. How are they chosen from their teams?
Well, at the skills level, what we do is we send out emails to all the coaches of the. This year there's 25 tween teams, and we send out emails to all the coaches saying that the three skills we're going to have is the goaltender challenge, the hardest shot, and the fastest skater. And what most coaches do is one of their practices, they will have their own mini skills contest within their team. Gotcha. And when they do that, then they find their three nominees, as it were, that they're going to send as representatives from their team. Okay. And those three representatives plus the other 72 representatives
nice math.
Yeah, had to they come here to find who's best in tween skills. And like I said, there are three levels of tween. There's A, B, and C. Okay. And but in the All-Star or in the tween skills, it's just tween. Okay. And we have a lot of tween B, tween C players that are actually on an A or playing B or C that are actually A players, and that's just for a variety of reasons. They're playing on a B or a C team, and they come here and they win it all, and it's great fun. Nice.
So now have you found, I mean, it's into the fourth year like we mentioned, is it becoming almost something that players really like to circle on their calendars, because it's an event of pretty much unlike no other that they get to see throughout the year. I mean, you're playing at rinks all around Winnipeg, but this brings you into, I mean, this is the rink in Winnipeg.
Well, this is the best venue, I think, for something like this, and it was. People are emailing us when there was the lockout in the NHL lockout and there was no ice here. People were sending emails and, are you going to have it? Are you still going to have it? And, it was we had to wait until the lockout was over before we could get back into MTS. And once that was done, and we got a date of today, and it's a lot of work. Usually we have a couple of months to put it together. Because of the lockout, we had 27 days. But with 52 volunteers, we put the whole thing together. So it worked very well.
It definitely has. It's been a great event. Looking forward for the rest of the night. Al, I want to thank you for coming on the show and, giving us this nice little area here. This is better than the studio, I think. I got to come in here a little bit more often and do this. Al, thanks for coming on the show.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back on Sports Select Sports Talk. Select Sports Talk. Mitchell Clinton here again, joined by Alyssa and Sarah. Nailed it. Been having trouble with names today. These two will be playing in the Bell A All-Star game that follows up shortly after this one, and there's 3 minutes and 18 seconds left, so I got to talk to them quick so they can get into their pregame routines. First off, do any of you have a pregame routine?
I like to stretch a lot.
Good call.
And that's really about it.
Yeah? How about you, Alyssa? Anything superstition-wise, anything like that?
I usually eat a banana, and that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So I'm not a banana fan. Like apples, yes. Oranges, yes. Bananas, I could never do. So I guess for you girls, what's it like to kind of be around the All-Star festivities? Have you been here before? Is this a first-time thing? What's it like?
This is my first time here, and it's very exciting playing in the MTS Center where the Jets have played. And I'm very excited. That's about it.
And a goal is scored, which makes it even better.
Perfect. Yeah, it's very exciting, and I'm just excited to play on the ice and get to play another game.
So is there going to be an adjustment for you guys? I mean, you're playing with some girls that you maybe haven't before, and maybe some girls that you've given, you know, the stick to during other games. So what's that going to be like out there for you?
It'll definitely be interesting playing with some other girls because you don't know their names, you don't know how they play, but we're going to try our best to adjust and hope for the best.
So is there any game plan going on that you know of, or is it just go out there and try to score?
I think it's just go out.
All right.
Hope for the best.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the best part about All-Star games. Thanks for coming on the show, you guys. It was great to meet you, and good luck in the game.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with interviews from these players right after this. It's a pleasure on Sports Select Sports Talk to be joined by great All-Star players. How about the All-Star of the All-Stars? And I got them right next to me. Brooke and Chelsea from the Bell B All-Star Games. Guys, how was it?
Awesome. A lot of fun, yeah.
It was really great. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
Was this your first ones?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was it like to play with players that you normally don't?
At the beginning, it was a little nerve-wracking, but as we went on, I kind of got used to playing with everyone, so it became a lot more fun. Got to know everyone.
And you talk about nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Goes to a shootout. How was that for you guys?
It was really scary. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was nerve-wracking. Yeah.
Even in an All-Star game, it definitely, when it comes down to a shootout, it's awesome. So, how did you guys get into Ringette All-Star?
Just all of my friends, like, I don't even know how many years ago, but like all of us were just like, oh, we don't want to play hockey, so we took up Ringette, and ever since then I've been playing.
Nice.
Well, my dad got me into it. My aunts and my grandma both played, and my dad's coached me for pretty much my entire life. So it kind of runs in the family.
Okay, so it seems to be a common theme tonight, whether it's family or friends got people into it. So I'm always curious to see which side people fall on. From either one of you, just the last question, just advice for somebody that maybe is thinking about playing Ringette. What advice would you give them?
Do it. Definitely do it. It's so worth it. The teams are great and the girls are amazing. You always get stuck with amazing girls. And it's just a really great sport.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, so I'd say go for it.
Perfect. There's your All-Stars from the Bell B All-Star game. That's, I love having you guys next to me. And I got their names right, which is awesome. And throughout Sports Talk, it's been a challenge. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back on Sports Select Sports Talk.
May I walk you across the street?
Sure. Why not? Thanks.
You're welcome.
Don't forget it.
We're back on Sports Select Sports Talk. We're going to round out the show here. This is the last segment. We've been here for, it doesn't even feel like an hour, but so much has been going on. Another great year for the Winnipeg Ringette League and their All-Star festivities. The pat on the back this week, obviously goes to the Winnipeg Ringette League. Al Gourlook was the guy today helping me out, making sure I knew where I was going. He actually got this nice little setup going on for us. I feel all professional and stuff. This is actually, I think this is near, if it might be the other corner. That's where Sarah Oleski does the old opener before the Jets games. So I feel not nearly as attractive, but I feel pretty important at this point. So congratulations out to Al Gourlook for another great year. They keep modifying things. He was telling me the goaltenders involved in this for some previous years felt a little bit left out. There wasn't much for them to do. We talked to some of the goaltenders a little bit earlier on in the show. You saw that now they've got this part in the goaltender relay where they can really help their teams by hitting targets, and it's a skill that they use in Ringette all the time. So kudos to everybody in getting that involved. We're going to move to the tweet of the week. This week's tweet of the week is from Dan Wood, who does color commentary for the Anaheim Ducks, and it says, "Me to Timo Solani. I thought you would be the first Finnish GM of an NHL team. Solani, I did too. I figured this was fitting since, well, in Winnipeg, we can't get enough of Timo Solani. This just shows a sense of humor even further. This is all on the heels of the Columbus Blue Jackets hiring Jarmo Kekalainen from Finland to replace Scott Housen as the team's general manager. That's where all that came from. Moving to the last segment, the Minute of Fame. We're going to talk wrestling and the Olympics, or at least the Olympics without wrestling in 2020, supposedly. To get you up to speed, the IOC decided to stop including wrestling in its list of 25 sports in 2020. However, there's still a chance that wrestling won't be dropped. Confusing, I know. But the sport's governing bodies, wrestling, have a chance to convince the IOC to retain it. So it's almost like you've had it taken away, you've been grounded for a week, now you got a chance to prove to your parents that, you don't deserve to be grounded for a week. That final meeting will be in May. Otherwise, the 2016 Olympics will be the end for wrestling, and I think that's crazy. It's been in the Olympics since 1896 when it all started back in Greece. I don't know how you can get rid of it. Maybe I'm just a traditionalist. I don't know. Canada won 2 medals in London in 2012 in wrestling. It's a sport we do well. Considering it was 2 of the 18 medals that we took home, I think it's something that we should stand up for and protect wrestling. Maybe I'm just a purist, like I said. Thanks for joining us on Sports Select Sports Talk. Thanks to everybody from the Winnipeg Ringette League for making this easy on us and pretty much bringing people as we needed them. It's a great thing. Thanks again to Al Gourlook for that. We'll see you next week on Sports Select Sports Talk.